What's going on, everyone? My name is Jasmine. On today's episode of The Slain Project, we're going to be talking about the disappearance of 14-year-old Samuel Bird. He has been missing since June 1st, 2025, and as of the recording of this video, it's been about 80 days. His mother has reason to believe that some serious harm has happened to him, and although she wishes for the best, she fears the worst. Don't forget to check out my other videos, and if you want to see more videos about missing and murdered Indigenous people, click that subscribe button and the notification bell. Now let's get right into it. Edmonton is the capital of Alberta, and it houses the second largest Indigenous population in Canada. Just like many other metropolitan cities, Edmonton has a beautiful and an ugly side. The city is riddled with crime, addictions, homelessness, gang activities, and a large concentration of missing and murdered people who come from all racial backgrounds. One Indigenous family never thought that they would be directly hit by the missing and murdered Indigenous people crisis. They are currently living everyone's worst nightmare and have experienced firsthand how law enforcement treats missing Indigenous people and their families. The northern Saskatchewan River runs through the middle of the city. Bodies have been turning up in this river and the outskirts of the city for decades. 14-year-old Samuel Bird has been missing since June 1st, 2025, and many fear that he lies in this river in a watery grave. Where is Samuel? His family does not believe he ran away from home, and they have been tormented by a video that many claim shows his life being taken away. Is Samuel in the northern Saskatchewan River? Was he dumped outside of the city limits? Or has he been buried somewhere, and do his so-called friends know what happened to him? This is the mission to find Samuel Bird. Samuel lived in the Kenora neighborhood of Edmonton with his family, and they are citizens of Paul First Nation. His grandmother has said that he is a nice kid who started hanging out with the wrong people. She declined to show her face on news cameras because she feared for her safety. On Samuel's Instagram page, he has not made any posts, but has been tagged in pictures by members of the 8 Block Street Gang. The Edmonton police nor his family have never confirmed if he was associated with this gang, and it does not matter if he was. He is a missing person who deserves to be looked for. But the fact that Samuel is a young Indigenous teenager and may have gang affiliations, racial profiling could have played a role in the lack of urgency and response from the Edmonton police. On June 1st, 2025, Samuel left his West Edmonton home on foot to go to a friend's house that was nearby. He did not have a cell phone at the time, and he did not have any money with him. His mother said that he probably had a black eye and stitches on his cheek at the time he went missing, but it was not elaborated as to what caused these injuries. By the time she was interviewed by the media, she said that the black eye had probably faded away by then. Samuel knew the city of Edmonton well and often spent time at the West Edmonton Mall and was also familiar with the west and south sides of the city. He was just an average teenager who knew a lot of people around town. News reports vary on what happened after he was done visiting his friend. Some sources say that he left this friend's house and vanished. Other reports say that he left this house to go visit another friend and he never arrived. The family is well aware who these friends are, but have only disclosed this to the police. Samuel's mother, Elena, became extremely worried when he did not make it home that night. Samuel was always the type to check in with her and tell her what he was up to, but she heard absolutely nothing. This deepened her concern because she said no matter what, Samuel was always on social media, but none of his accounts had been used since June 1st. Alana went to the Edmonton Police Service, also known as EPS, to report her son missing right away, but she was met with dismissive attitudes and lack of urgency. His mother stated that Samuel had an important doctor's appointment on Friday, June 6th that he missed. City News has stated that a missing persons report was officially filed 5 days after he was last seen, so this would have taken place around the time Samuel missed this important appointment. EPS did not put out a press release about Samuel's disappearance until July 11th. This was 6 weeks after he was last seen by his family. In contrast, a 37-year-old Caucasian man named Pavel Dundor went missing on August 6, 2025. The EPS notified the public of his disappearance on August 13th, just a week after he was last seen. In the meantime, with little to no help from the police, Alana and the rest of Samuel's family had to coordinate search efforts themselves. They began by canvassing the Kenora neighborhood and plastering the area with missing persons posters. I would assume that search crews perhaps asked homeowners about home surveillance footage, but nothing has ever been released about that aspect of the case. Alana also expressed concern because Samuel's friends used to always come around the house and they stopped coming over. They never asked about Samuel or expressed any desire to know about the progress of the search. Do they perhaps know that he is never coming back? Alana began receiving terrifying videos and pictures sent to her cell phone. She has stated that it shows someone who looks like Samuel being beaten and tortured to death. The clothing worn by the person in the video seems to match what Samuel was wearing the day he last left his home. With Samuel missing, this video is extremely traumatizing for her to process. She is hoping for the best, but is expecting the worst because of this video. This, of course, was immediately reported to the police, but they will not confirm the contents of the video, but are trying to track down the original source and are trying to verify if it is authentic. YegBuzz Media posted on Instagram about Samuel's disappearance. One IG user claims that they know who did this to Samuel, and they are not the only ones saying this. Several people have claimed to have knowledge of the events leading up to Samuel's alleged murder. But without a body, this is difficult for the police to pursue. Another interesting thing about Instagram is that Alana posted on Facebook that her son has an Instagram account. She went on to say that his ex-girlfriend had hacked into the account and took it over so she could no longer access his page. Samuel's IG account follows YegBuzz. I cannot tell when Samuel's account started following it, but a possibility is that someone wants to keep updated on his case. His ex-girlfriend is also rumored to know more than what she is saying about his disappearance. Alana truly believes that Samuel started hanging out with the wrong people and they took some sort of revenge on him. She knows deep down inside that something bad has happened to her son. Samuel has never went missing like this before, and he also missed his little sister's birthday, and he would never do that. Several vigils have been held for Samuel, and the community is coming together to show their support. Several First Nations are also showing their support, and Indigenous MLA for Edmonton West Henday has used his platform to raise awareness for Samuel's case. A GoFundMe has been established, and all funds are going towards search effort expenses, and they are currently trying to raise funds to get a helicopter in the sky. They have been constantly hanging up missing persons posters, and they are constantly being torn down by people of the public. This seems to happen a lot with missing persons cases, so it's hard to say if it's just the people who could have harmed Samuel taking these down. Along with the disturbing video, rumors are circulating that Samuel was wrapped in a blue tarp and disposed of. Search efforts are focused on the North Saskatchewan River, and all eyes are on the lookout for a blue tarp. All nearby bridge areas have been searched, and the focus is also moving downstream towards the province of Saskatchewan. The average depth of the river in the summertime is 3.5 meters, or almost 11.5 feet. If he is in the river, it is possible that he was weighed down by something, and he will not surface until the river drops, or he somehow becomes loose. Samuel's family is investigating all tips received, and the Edmonton police say that they are also following up on all credible leads. The police have not yet coordinated an official search of their own. It would be beneficial if they did, because they have more resources and access than regular citizens. It has been stated that some of Samuel's belongings have been found, but the family will not release any information about this. They also know the names of the people allegedly involved in the murder of Samuel, but they will not disclose anything to protect the integrity of the case. The police said that there have been some sightings of Samuel after June 1st, but nothing has been confirmed with certainty. Along with the slow response from the police, members of the public have also expressed little concern. Even though Samuel is only a child at age 14, some people have been making insensitive and racial remarks that are stereotypical. Some people say that he deserved whatever happened to him, and some people blame his family. But Samuel was raised in a good, loving home. His mother and family love him dearly. Wherever Samuel is, someone knows something. There seems to be a lot of talk online by people who say they know what happened, but police have never publicly said if there are any suspects or persons of interest. Perhaps someone who does know has spoken to the police, but they just need his body to move forward with the case. Is Samuel in the river? Was he disposed of and eventually placed in the local landfill? Is his body hidden somewhere in the city? When considering all this information, everything seems to indicate that Samuel is no longer with us. The family was instructed by EPS not to use Crime Stoppers to collect tips because they might not be admissible in court. So if anyone knows where Samuel is, please contact the Edmonton Police at 780-423-4567 or let his mother know so she can find him and bring him home. She will not rest until she finds him. Please pray for Samuel. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you knew Samuel or have anything to add to this case, please leave a comment down below and I will see you in my next video.